I.
I.
I
Am.
American.
American.
But what does that mean? Earlier this week, when we were stumped trying to come up with an answer, I jokingly asked my little 12-year-old cousin what he thought it meant to be American. He quickly said back that it means to eat hamburgers and hot dogs. That's the most American thing you can do. At first I disregarded this, but it hit me that neither the burger or the hot dog are even American creations. As part of such a young country, all the culture we are accustomed to is just the adaptation of other cultures. Each immigrant has helped to bring a unique piece of the puzzle that constitutes the America we know today. Yet despite being given this unbelievable opportunity to be host to nearly all walks of life, so-called American nativists try desperately to limit who can be allowed into the country from fear of it destroying the American culture, which is so ironic because the American culture is what it is because of immigrants. Had nativists had their way back in the 1800s, that would have meant no German immigrants, and without the German immigrants, there would have been no hamburgers or hot dogs. Just one of the millions of examples of how immigrants helped to further the United States was Owen's grandfather.
My grandfather moved to Philadelphia shortly after my father was born. Upon arrival, he and his family had little to no money and struggled for a job initially. However, due to his credentials in science that he earned in Croatia, my grandfather was accepted to be a professor at the University of Pennsylvania. From then on, he moved higher in the ranks, and a well-paid job opportunity opened up in California for him. He was able to patent a variety of different medical products that in turn provided the family with financial security. He believed in the promise of the American dream, a foreigner working diligently to provide for his family, and he made it. We, as Americans, live with a sense of security that many other nations cannot provide their citizens with. Safety not only through the policing systems across the nation, but also various programs that give families in need financial security. Of course, the nation is also flawed in many ways, but it is important to recognize the privileges we have as well. The majority of people living in the United States have access to water, plumbing, welfare, free education up to the 12th grade, the list goes on. However, without seeing firsthand the countries that do not have access to these things, Americans cannot truly recognize how good our situation really is. When the necessities are provided, the more local issues become emphasized. For example, if the United States did not have consistent water supply, our government would not be focusing on the illegal immigrants, but rather the need for clean water throughout the nation. When the essentials are taken care of, the nation is then put under the microscope, and all internal problems are exposed. Rather than looking for issues in the United States, we need to focus on looking out for our fellow citizens.
The previous generation has left their mark on the world, one that has plunged the world into chaos and despair. It is our generation's mission to counteract the actions of our parents' generation and to improve the world so that everyone may live peacefully and safely. We must end the endless racism and segregation that purges our world, causing tensions and hatred between white people and the various races they oppress. In order to do this, our generation must pass laws that make discrimination and segregation for any reason illegal. We must end the restrictions imposed on people, especially women. And we must end the war on immigration, since we, in fact, are all immigrants.
Once we help nurture immigration instead of deny it, and unite as one instead of closing ourselves off, we will reach our true potential as a country and become the diverse America we were meant to be.